We have made it to the final week of the LTM. After a rough go of it in BBR and WBG, we have put ourselves back on track this season so far with a 5-2 record, essentially 100% locked for playoffs. Our final week is against Obo and Morpeko United, who are well outside of the playoff picture. A win here can give us a chance for the first seed, so we still have a lot to play for when it comes to getting a good matchup in the quarterfinals. If you have enjoyed this regular season of the LTM and are excited for playoffs, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Our end of year goal is 1,000 subscribers, and every subscription helps along that journey. Despite Obo's poor record, his team actually lines up very well into mine this week. My team consists of Crocodile, Uxie, Empoleon, Okidogi, Ironleaves, Tauros, Regidrago, Salazzle, Mimikyu, Electabuzz, and Cloth. Obo's team consists of Iron Thorns, Skeledirge, Gallade, Forretress, Enamorous Therian, Araquanid, Cinccino, Muckalola, Sandaconda, Electrode Hisui, and Farigiraf. Obo's Tera captain is Iron Thorns, which has a really good matchup into me this week. Tera Water pressures my Crocodile very well, which would normally be a good defensive check in this situation. He also has access to Gallade, another Pokemon that I struggle with immensely to deal with on the defensive side. Uxie and Okidogi are oftentimes my fighting resist on this team, and they are dealt massive damage by Knockoff, Night Slash, and Psycho Cut respectively, making it difficult to have a long-term answer to the Gallade. Obo also has Araquanid, giving his team a Sticky Web component to make up for the rough speed tiers that he has. Without hazard removal, we are going to be in a very tough spot trying to deal with Sticky Web in this game and need a really precise plan to manage them. The last major threat to keep an eye on is Cinccino, a very fast threat that after a tidy up can put my team into a lot of trouble defensively if there is even one slip up in preparation. So enough about the matchup, let's get right into the team. Okidogi leads the team off this week as our main way to prevent Sticky Webs from being set up by Araquanid. We have Taunt to prevent Sticky Webs from going up, and Thunder Punch to pressure it offensively if he wants to run an infestation set, something he has done consistently over the last couple of weeks. Rocky Helmet gives us a tool to punish Cinccino trying to spam Tail Slap, one of Obo's biggest threats this week. Knockoff and Drain Punch then give us some additional tools to pressure the rest of his team, rounding out our lead for this matchup. Choice Scarf Crocodile provides the team with some critical speed control, giving us counterplay to Choice Scarf Gallade and Cinccino sets. Crocodile also operates as our Stealth Rocker this week, using its Choice Scarf Earthquakes and Knockoffs to open up scenarios to get Stealth Rocks up. Stone Edge then gives us additional coverage against Enamorous Therian, a better move to lock into this team than Gunk Shot. It's another week, which means we have another SD Terra Ground Ironleaf set. Obo, as a lot of people in low tier, does not really have a great switch into this set. We are running heavy duty boots to provide some extra protection against Sticky Web, allowing this Pokemon to sweep in the endgame after a Swords Dance. Because Obo has a very slow team, we are able to run Adamant this week, maximizing our damage output against his bulkier Pokemon. Another Rocky Helmet user in Uxie is on the team as well, looking to give us additional tools to help manage his powerful physical attackers. Knockoff gives us a move to pressure Pokemon like Muckalola switching in, removing key HP gaining items that it may use. Thunderbolt gives us a damaging move to hit Tera Water Iron Thorns, one of the expected brings into a team that packs Crocodile. Salazzle makes the team for a second straight week, providing a great speed option against Obo's team. We are running some extra bulk and special defense to help take multiple hits from Electrode Hisui, the only Pokemon we expect to be hit by in this matchup. Substitute and Toxic provide a great way to pressure the Muckalola, while Sludge Wave and Flamethrower give us powerful stab options to pressure Enamorous Therian and Electrode Hisui. The final Pokemon on the team this week is Empoleon, operating as a broad defensive check against a lot of his team. Roost allows us to come in multiple times on a Pokemon like Cinccino if it has not already been dealt with by a Rocky Helmet Pokemon. This is also our Stealth Rock user this week, as it has plenty of opportunities to come in throughout the game to get them set up. Flash Cannon and Surf provide us solid coverage options, able to pressure Pokemon like the Enamorous Therian and the Skeledirge. And that is the team for the final week of the LTM. As always, shout out to Kaz for always helping in the team builder. Playoffs start next week. This is the big one. Let's get right into it. All right, welcome to the battle, the final week of LTM. There's still a very small chance that we could miss playoffs, so we do want to win this game badly still. We still do need to win this game, so let's get into it. He did not bring Sticky Webs, which are kind of decent against my team, I would say. Given the fact that they put a lot of really good pressure on my lack of hazards. I'm going to lead with Okie Dokie. That was kind of the lead for kind of the all game plans here. It leads poorly against the Gallade, is kind of the only thing it leads super poorly against. It's not a great Pokemon to get behind the 8-ball on early, but I kind of don't know if I expect him to lead with that just yet. And if he does take some Rocky Helmet, he is going to be kind of behind. He's going to be weak to Choice Scarf Crocodile. So good luck, have fun. To Obo, this should be a good game. He has Tera Bug on Iron Thorns. Alright, we're back after, I don't know what the hell happened. Off rip. And that, my game just crashed for no explicable reason. But, look, we get to play. As I said, good luck, have fun to Obo. This should be a fun game. I'm excited to play this one. The stakes are pretty low for both players. I think Obo is looking to not be the last with the win here. And if I win, I do get a high seed, which is nice. He does lead Gallade, so that's unfortunate. One thing to note is because he's Bug Iron Thorns, I kind of think that the utility of Uxie as an Iron Thorns answer is a little bit lower, so that is something to be mindful of. But some Rocky Helmet Chip will be very, very useful here on this Pokemon into the late game, because this will make it weak to Choice Scarf, or to Choice Scarf. Oh, it's protective pads. Okay. Well, that's good to note. The knockup is going to do a lot here. Oh, I have the wrong. So foul play from here would put this Pokemon in range of kind of a plethora of Pokemon on this team. I don't want to have to lose so much to this early. This will be kind of, I have such a good kind of set of answers. I'm going to foul play. I kind of don't expect him. He's going to Night Slash here. I should be fine. Yeah, I don't take a lot from that. He does. Oh, Psycho Cut doesn't trigger Rocky Helmet. Okay, interesting. I think I just misunderstood the abilities on that red card. Oh, that actually kind of works perfectly. I am like a little bit low on HP, but that, like, I get the Goat Salazzle. Alright, so we know it's Night Slash. We know Salazzle now is going to be able to kill this Pokemon. The question is how do I want to... Do I want to click a specific move to pressure? What is he likely going to? I guess does it really... I don't think it really matters. I'm just going to click Sludge Wave. I think Sludge Wave is a more threatening move. I should live this Shadow Sneak every time. Take basically no damage. And because I do have leftovers, or Black Sludge in this case, not as concerned with that. Taking that damage. So there's a big kill early on for Salazzle. I know Star has been hating on Salazzle hard. He gave me so much grief today for putting Salazzle on my team. And Salazzle's got another kill. So that one's for you, Star. I know how much you love to see Salazzle thrive in this metagame. Now, what's kind of nice about the Bug is if he does go into the Bug form on Iron Thorns is that this Salazzle does get the opportunity to come in and actually pressure that set. Now, at +1, it should outspeed, it does, outspeed most sets. And in comes Chinchino. Chinchino's a really, really hard Pokemon for me to manage as well. Now, Okie Dokie was very much specifically for the idea of the Elite Arachnid. So where he doesn't have that, I'm going to go into Okie Dokie now. Okie Dokie's not really got a lot of utility, honestly, in this matchup at this point. It's going to be able to take 1,000,000 from Tail Slap here, unfortunately. But he's going to tidy up. But I should be fine here after a tidy up to take this with Okie Dokie. Yeah, I live Tail Slap here pretty much, every time, unless he's... Like, Adamant Loaded Dice doesn't kill me here. So I'm just going to stay in and go for a Drain Punch just to kill this Pokemon. At worst, if he kills me, then I can just go into my my Crocodile, get an Intimidate off, and then go into another Rocky Helmet Pokemon after. Because he's probably got some... He might have some, like, triple Axle or Bullet Seed, either or. Either way, I'm not too concerned about Okie Dokie's health here at this point. Drain Punch should do basically all we need it to. And this move is a little bit tough to switch into. He can obviously go Enamorous, but he's going to Tail Slap. And that is kind of going to work exactly as I was kind of hoping for. Is we're going to just get a bunch of Rocky Helmet chip here. Now, the only problem here is that I'm not going to get a lot of this health back because he's going to take a lot of Rocky Helmet damage, unfortunately. Would have liked to maybe had a little bit more health in this, but we have dealt with Cinccino now, so there is that. That's good news for me there. So that's 2 Pokemon down. Cinccino was actually one of the Pokemon I was super concerned with in the builder this week. It was very hard for me to consistently switch into. I'm kind of lucky that I was able to get Okidogi in on a tidy up turn, because that allows me to kind of just deal with it that way. So in comes Draymond, Electrode. I mean, at this point, I kind of have to consider my options, and I kind of have to let this go. To be honest, there's not really much else that I can expect of this Pokemon to do and kind of make progress. And now it's not going to kill if it's timid. So I guess there is that. I could just go for a Drain Punch here and get a million HP back. I'm going to do that. Let's just Drain Punch. I could Knock. Knock would be nice if he Volt Switches into an Amorous here. But I kind of expect him to go... Well, not into an Amorous, obviously. That would make a lot of sense. Frigoraph. Knock would be good, really good into Frigoraph. But he's just going to Volt Switch. I should live this every time. That is Life Orb. Okay, so we know it's Timid Life Orb. At this point, I kind of expect him to go for Frigoraph. I don't think he can go Enamorous at this point. Predicting a fighting move, I think it's... I wouldn't say obvious I'm clicking a Poison move, but if I stay in, what are the type of moves that I would collect? Poison move would be near the top of the list. He goes to Enamorous, okay. So that should give us a little bit of information on what type of set this is. Now, unfortunately, we don't actually have a... we don't have a Poison move. Funnily enough, for this. So that is kind of funny, because he's probably going to want to scout for this. Thunder Punch is going to do a decent amount. I can also Taunt. Taunt prevents like Iron Defense, Calm Mind, shenanigans, and I just sack this off and I go into Salazzle and kill. Yeah, afterwards. Well, Salazzle, I guess, doesn't kill. So I'd have to go into something like the... Well, you know what? I'm going to Thunder Punch first, because that opens up the kill with the Salazzle. And if he does set up, then I can just taunt after. And he's just going to Draining Kiss to kill the Okidogi. So we set this up for another Salazzle kill. Once again, setting up for Star's Pain. Star's Pain is my happiness right now with the Salazzle. And we're just gonna go into it. It could, I mean, it could be. It can't be Scarf. Like that would just be. That's just not a possibility. I'm gonna consider in this scenario. It's not even one worth considering anyway. Question here is, do I want to set up a substitute? I kind of expect Frigoraph to be the obvious next step for him, so I'm just gonna Sludge Wave. He could just stay in too, and that's what he elects to do here. Is just stay in with the Enamorous, sack it off to the Salazzle. So unfortunately, a last-ditch effort for Iron Leaves to get Kill Leader has not happened, because of the fact that we've got 2 kills with Salazzle and 1 with Okidogi. But it is what it is. We're still making good progress in this game. Now, Iron Thorns is still kind of a threat in the back. We can't completely forget about this Pokemon in the back, to be honest with you. We have to be kind of mindful, because that could DD, and Bug is kind of frustrating in this matchup. It can't kind of DD out of nowhere and get me, but overall, everything's kind of going my way right now. And if he does go into the Iron Thorns, he could go into it now and just try to kill me. He does go into it now. He has been Lumberry like most weeks here. Question is how do I want to play this specific turn? I have Scarf Stone Edge, which would probably be fine. Salazzle I kind of want to keep around because it's very useful for the I'm gonna go into I'm gonna go into Uxie. Uxie was my game plan for this basically the entire time, and if he just attacks, then we're good with that, because I don't expect a Tera. He could DD, but I don't know if he would DD in the face of Willow unless he's Lumberry. He is gonna Dragon Dance. So I kind of expect the Bug move to come out here. I hate that this has Thunderbolt in the set, when I definitely do not have that in my build. I'm just going to Foul Play, deal as much damage as I can, force the Tera off here. Forcing the Tera off here is going to be pretty nice. Allows me to kind of intimidate shuffle a little bit and abuse my... He's going to pin missile. Okay. Makes sense. So that's going to get around the Rocky Helmet as well. It's going to be something like loaded dice then. I could go into Crook, go for a Stone Edge, and play to a Rocky Helmet. I'm kind of in a bad spot against this, actually. I think I kind of have to Intimidate Shuffle this a little bit. But I don't have Intimidate on this thing. I have Moxie now, which is not great. Why did I... This is a little bit unfortunate, actually. I maybe should have stayed in with this and Toxic. I guess, you know what, that's a lesson learned. I mean, the Stone Edge is going to put this thing in range of my next hit, so it should do a good amount of damage, just about half. And I get a little bit of information off this pin missile. But, I mean, I guess not a lot. I guess I learn if it's loaded dice, or it has a chance of being loaded dice. I guess it always does. Alright, well, what is this set? Oh my god. I'm like completely just losing my mental right now playing this game. Okay, at this point I think I have to go into, yeah, I'm gonna go into this and Tera up. The Salazzle and Empoleon should still be enough in the back to deal with this. I'm just gonna Psyblade to get as much damage done as possible. This wasn't the cleanest way, unfortunately, to play this game, but, you know, it is what it is. I probably should have checked, I mean, probably, I guess is a strong word, should have checked whether this thing was faster than Salazzle, but I think it's a pretty strong assumption. I guess I could have calced on, yeah, it's probably Jolly. Looking at the calcs is most likely. So I think this is a good enough this is a fine enough of a line. There's not really much I think else I can play to. At this spot, I should be fine to live basically every hit that this thing wants to send twice into my Iron Leaves. And he's gonna pin missile. And that should do like nothing. Yeah, that's fine enough. Is this actually adamant? No, this is still Jolly. Well, it hit 4 times. Oh, alright. I think I actually lose to this Pokemon, which is like kind of hysterical. It's just kind of funny. I didn't really think a lot about this type of set in prep. I mean, I could have had Fake Out on this. Fake Out would have been nice, but I guess we didn't really consider that sort of a potential option. Empoleon lives an Earthquake, so I guess we're living the Earthquake with Empoleon and winning with Salazzle is the end game, I guess. Alright, I guess we Psyblade and see what happens from here. But I think this Iron Thorns is actually going to win the game, which is kind of hilarious to think about. Wow, that's just unfortunate. I mean, this is kind of what happens in these kind of final games of the season when you're already in playoffs. Some of these things slip through the cracks a little bit. I didn't really consider this kind of at all. So good kind of last stage prep on Obo's part to think through this. I guess, how could I have played around this this line? Not really sure, but we should be fine to live an Earthquake here. I mean, if he crits, he crits. And we get the Surf off. Alright. So we've dealt with Iron Thorns at least. So there's 2 Pokemon left. We're probably seeing... I probably should have had Intimidate Choice Scarf, I think still would have been probably the best course of action. The problem is I don't think I can beat the Farigiraf at this point with the Salazzle. There's probably pretty much nothing I can do about that. He's probably going to Thunderbolt, I had to guess. That's probably the safest play. I'm going to go Salazzle, I think. I think if he Volt Switches, I have a chance to win this game. Still, I think it's maybe my best actual out is if he Volt Switches then I guess I can't even win that because then, yeah, he's just going to Thunderbolt anyway. So I guess I throw a differential point there. He crits. It is what it is. Wow. All right. Well, we lose. A pretty unfortunate one. I was looking pretty good at the start. And I guess that play is just kind of nonsensical because, like, if he doesn't have... I mean, that play is just nonsensical. I mean, Side Shock just kills. Like, he has to have Psychic Move anyway, so it doesn't really matter what he has. But it is what it is. We lose to Oboe to end off the season, which it is, you know, it is what it is. We are in playoffs, though, starting next week. So, big playoff week. We don't know who we play as of yet because it's the amazing solution that the collective have come up with where you pick who you play in playoffs instead of letting it play as it lies. So, super awesome, super exciting that. But we'll see how that goes next week. And thanks for watching. See you next time. And as always, have a wonderful day.